I'm Forrest Inslee, and I am an educator and a researcher. I was a church planter / consultant in Istanbul, Turkey for a number of years. And my job was really to help a new church plant to happen that was really led by Turkish people. And so I was seconded to them really to do whatever they needed me to do. And they had some background in Muslim culture, which made certain concepts in Christianity a bit hard to understand. I had to really rethink what were the metaphors I was using, what were the images, what were the cultural assumptions that might be behind my teaching. One of the images that I had to question and reframe was this idea of adoption, that we're adopted into God's family. That has nothing to do with earning that place in the family, but we become part of the family simply by the choice that God makes to bring us in. The problem with the metaphor is that in Turkey, there's an idea, or a word actually, kan, K-A-N, and it means blood. It means family blood. And to really belong in the Turkish collective, you had to really share blood with the people with whom you belonged. I was teaching against that in some ways, resisting that idea that it wasn't about kan, it was more about grace. I would teach about adoption and talk a lot about it, and apparently the people in my community took me very literally. And so when they had a friend who was trying to decide what to do because she was pregnant, she knew she couldn't raise the baby, they told her that they knew this guy who would adopt the baby whenever it was born. And so they told her that and basically committed me. It was without question, yes, this is the thing I'm to do. I need to adopt this little person. To adopt as a single man or a foreigner is against the Turkish culture, but I thought, no, this resistance will be worth it. both for her sake, but also for my sake, and then even thirdly, for the community's sake. And I ended up naming her Kayra. Partly because it was a beautiful name, but partly because in so many ways this adoption was about God's grace. Her birth name, I knew her birth mom, her birth name was Özkan, which means true blood, right? And so the family name emphasized this importance. It's blood or nothing. I think the people in the community saw the significance of that as well. By the time I hit my mid-30s, I did remember thinking, yes, my plan to become a good father is working. I'm on track. And I just realized, wait, I don't have kids. So I think that was God's grace really living out that calling in its deepest expression. So I think through Kayra, I've learned what family means, but how that can translate into the same sort of belonging connection that this Turkish idea of blood or kan represents. We have the same blood. We were in the same system, right? As much as it's changed her, it has changed me. I really love the church, and it's sort of hard to describe what that means, but I love the idea of it. I love the community of it. I love that it's the way God works in the world. My daughter, I think also on some level, loves the church all her life, but she, along with many of her generation, I think has come to understand the mismatch of the church with her generation, with her generation's culture. So I think she has walked away. She left her private Christian school in this place of dissatisfaction, and I was pretty discouraged. It's been interesting to learn how to be quiet and to not tell her what I hope for even or expect, because I think that puts pressure on her. So I've learned how to give her space for that journey. She got into a school and she got a half tuition scholarship called the Faith Forward Scholarship. I said, you understand that this scholarship they are giving you because they believe that you are one of the people who will help to define the faith and church for your generation. And I thought, oh, she's going to reject the scholarship for that reason. It puts too many boundaries and too many expectations. She goes, no, that's really true. I said, it is. She says, yeah, I do believe that. I have hope. I have hope to understand Jesus in a new way. She said, I'm still sorting that out, but I'm with other people now in community with them who also have these same questions. And so together we're exploring that. It's been living with and through her journey that has changed me and given me more hope for the church, that it will become something new and very different, but nevertheless beautiful.